Hello, dear students. Let us continue with our chapter Body Movements. In the last classes, and we learnt about about the movements of our human beings, right? Yes. So today we will learn about the gaits of animals. So we have many things to discuss in animals too. So far, we have learned about the human beings, how the movements have happened, and how all the movements have, like, there are the various parts or points where the movement takes place. How about the other organisms? We have a lot of other organisms like earthworm, snail, snake, cockroach, and how do these organisms move? Let us quickly learn or look at all of these so now let us start with the earthworm. Today we are going to learn about the earthworm. So, do you have any idea how the earthworm looks like? It is an reddish brown terrestrial invertebrate. What is invertebrates? That is, there is no backbone. They have no bone. We have vertebrae, right? That is our backbone. So this is, they don't have any kind of backbones. Okay, it is invertebrate. What is it? Invertebrate. Invertebrate means they do not have vertebral column. So if they do not have vertebral column, they basically do not have a backbone. Which if they have backbone, or if they would have backbone, they could have stood, but they are not able to stand. They creep, right? Yes, they creep, because of which they are not able to stand. That is why the earthworm do not stand. They creep over the ground. Basically, they are seen in the rainy season. They are more visible in rainy season. Otherwise, they would live under, and they would live under the soil. So often they are known as farmer's friend. Why are they known as farmer's friend? That is because it eats all the tiny organisms that plants, and it helps us to grow it helps us to grow the plant. Because of the presence of earthworm, it increases the fertility of the soil of the castings of the earthworm, and they include the texture of the soil. They improve the unit of the quantity of the humus in the soil. So therefore, the benefits of the farmer is because when it is a benefit for the farmers when the fertility of the soil improves, the cultivation or the crop production also improves. So this is how they are known as the farmer's friend. What are their habitats? They live in the upper layer of the soil, but during the rainy season in shock, since the soil gets completely soaked or locked in water, they tend to come out of the soil. The soil surface, that is why we see more during in the rainy season. Okay, because of the soil be spongy and very wet and heavy, because of that they try to come out from the soil in the rainy season. They cannot take the heavy things because the earthworms are very tiny, right? Yes, they live in the upper layer of the soil. What are their food? They eat living and dead organic matter. Sometimes they eat tiny worms which are present in the soil, or even dead plants that is apart, so that they can feed on both living and dead matters. So when you look at the body of the earthworm, how it looks, let us see now. This is the body of the earthworm. You can see the body of the earthworm. So it is segmented body from head to tail, hence it is known as segmented worms. What do you mean by segmented body? This is from the head to the tail. So this you can see in between the lines, right? One, this is one part, this is two, three, four. These are the segmentations. You can see, right? Small lines which is there in between. Those are the segmented lines. So this is a segmented body from the head to the tail, from the start to the end. So it is segmented. It is known as segmented worms. Body segmentation in partition is known as septum. Now you see that there is a line in between, right, in whole of body. So that is known as septum. What is it known as? Septum. So segmentations are divided in the entire body. This type of worm is known as segmented worm. So body segments with a partition called septum. Each segment is separated from the next partition, and that partition is known as septum. Now it is not septum obviously, because there is so many there is not one septum. There is not one septum here. It has so many partition where it is being divided, right? Let me show you. Can you say it is one septum? No, you cannot say it is one septum, because there are so many segments and each segment has partition, and that partition is known as septum. So there are many septums, okay? And single is known, in singular it is septum. So basically it is so many septums. So what do you call septum in plural? You say it as septa. What do you call? Septa. The next one, each segment muscles and bristles called setae. What is it called? Setae. When you look at each segment, they will have some tiny hair-like structure, tiny spike-like structure, and those structure are muscular in nature. Since the muscles helps in movement, so basically these structure will help the earth wall move from one place to another. So did you understand how the segments look like, or how the septum looks like, or setae? Very good. Now let us see how the movement happens in the earthworm. So movement of earthworm. So now let us see how exactly the earthworm moves. When it looks at the earthworm, they do not have bones. As I said, they are invertebrate. It is no vertical column is there in their body. They don't have any kind of bone inside their body. So how do they work? So there is one interesting things, that is they have two muscles. They take help of two muscles. In fact, as you see that they are invertebrate, there is no backbone. So as there is no backbone which is present in the body, when it comes to the muscles, they have two types of muscles, and they are longitudinal muscle as well as the circular muscle. When we see the earthworm, they are different segments. So we know that they have no bones. So how do they move? They take a help of two muscles, which is circular muscle and longitudinal muscles. These muscles help to work like a contraction. It helps to work like a contraction and relaxation. Okay, students, contraction of circular muscle and relaxation of longitudinal muscle. That cause of segment is extended to one partition segment, that is it helps to extend to one particular segment, and it gets extended because of that contraction of circular and relaxation of longitudinal muscles. Okay, students? Yes. So we understood that as they don't have the bones, they take the help of the muscles, right? It has a muscles which help to extend and shorten the body. During the movement, the earthworm first extends from front part of the body, keep the rear portion fixed and on the ground. That is, this is the front part of the body. It contracts and it keeps rear portion in fixed ground. Then fixes to the front and end. It releases and rear ends. That is, as and when it goes back, it releases here. That is, you can see the blue point, right? It gets released. That is contraction, and it is contraction and relaxation. I'll show you once again. Here you see the contraction movement, here you see the relaxation movement, right? Yes, so this is a relaxation movement. The blue color over here is relaxation, this is the contraction. So with the help of the muscles, they do the relaxation and contraction. So as and when it goes forward, it keeps getting shortened. The body keeps getting shortened. Then the shortened body pulls the rear end forward. This makes the move forward by small distance. Repeating such muscles expansion and contraction, the earthworm can move through soil. The body secretes a slimy substance to help the movement. How does the fixed part of its body go to the ground? Let us see. Under its body, it has a large number of tiny bristles. That is the hair, which I told you. No, it looks like it has a tiny hair, like a spike-like structure. Yes, they are projecting it out. They are known as bristle. What are they known as? Bristle. They are connected with muscles. With the help of bristle, they get grip on the ground. So that is how exactly they move. The earthworm actually eats it away through the soil. Its body then throws away the undigested part of material that it eats. Okay. So, did you understand what is the movement of earthworm? It is a contraction as well as relaxation. Okay, students? Yes. Let us continue this session in the next class. Thank you, class. Enjoy learning.